This is WSMV4 News at 3.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of WSMV4 at 3. Nashville will have a new mayor soon. Election day is only about 2 weeks away.
Alice Rolli and Freddie O'Connell are the two candidates on the ballot, and today they are sharing their vision on a number of things that you, our viewers, wanted to know about. So first, thank you both for being here.
Glad to be here.
So appreciate the opportunity to see you face to face. Okay, our first question comes from WSMV's Joylyn Bukovac.
I've got a question from Karen Waters through the WSMV4 Facebook page. She wants to know what you will do to support MMPS, including addressing the teacher shortage.
Freddie, you have to answer first. You have 90 seconds. Alice, you get 30 seconds to respond to his answer. And then, Freddie, you have 30 seconds to respond to that.
Great, thanks. So, heard a question about supporting metro schools, specifically about the teacher shortage. This is a scenario where one of the things I'm proudest of that we did over the past few years is create an environment where we have the best paid teachers in the state of Tennessee. In addition, a council-led effort that I was glad to be a part of made sure that our support staff finally got a pay increase that they were overdue for, and these are the folks that support our teachers and relieve some of the burden of teaching. We know that teachers are asked to do a lot of things, so I think getting to a competitive pay scale is really, really important, and making sure that we're showing them the supports with those support staff are also critically important. As we go forward, we want to make sure that every single school in the district has a high-quality school leader, and that we're also offering opportunities for professional development along the way. Our daughters are both in public schools, and we are watching them thrive and happy to entrust their futures to our teachers, and looking forward to continuing those pay scales.
Education is very important. Alice, you have 30 seconds.
Sure. So I was glad to have been on the founding board of Teach for America here to create creative ways to bring talent to our classrooms. I also worked for an organization called I Teach that helped individuals transferring from other professions be teachers. A lot of districts around us are using these creative approaches. But first and foremost, we have to make sure that our teachers and our kids are safe, and that means accepting the state money that we have rejected to make sure that we have an SRO at every school so that teachers can also have a safe place to work.
I think the other thing that I'm especially excited by is over the past couple of weeks, our campaign has been endorsed by our Metro Schools teachers as well as by the entire school board, and I think this speaks to the level of confidence that our parents, teachers, families, and certainly first and foremost our students will have in my role as mayor.
All right, we want to go ahead and go on to our second question here. This next one is from WSMV's Brendan Tierney.
Hi, Brendan Tierney here. We've gotten a lot of different questions from people asking about Nashville's growth and development. What's your plan to handle growth in Nashville and how it impacts people who already live here?
Alrighty, growth in Nashville. Alice, you get to go first on this one.
Well, that is a great question, and I love that we're here at WSMV. I actually grew up on Charlotte Pike in the same farm my grandmother grew up in, and when her cows would get out, it was the WSM radio station that would help her know where the cows had gone.
Wow.
So Nashville has grown a lot. What do I think we need to do? I think we need to bring an entrepreneurial approach to how we manage our city and how we get departments to spend less time telling citizens to go somewhere else and starting to say the buck stops here. The city should be managed by a strong person who is able to give direction, who's able to hold our folks accountable. So we should look at performance management metrics, like if we've got sidewalks that are closed or inaccessible because of construction and development, if we have neighbors who are frustrated because construction is starting too early in the morning, is going too late at night, lights are coming into their apartments and other things. We've got to make sure that livability while the city grows is part of the conversation.
We have seen a lot of transportation issues, especially auto pedestrian accidents. You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, and so this is where I think we've got a great opportunity. On the Metro Council, I've led some of the regulatory efforts to keep sidewalks open, to limit noise and light pollution, and now it's time for the mayor's office to use the enforcement capacity we've built over the past few years. I think of Metro as one of the most important customer service organizations in the city, and it's my view that we ought to have tools like Hub Nashville that I hope people are using, very well coordinated within the mayor's office, including a strong mayor's office of neighborhoods.
Alice, would you like to respond?
Oh, we're great.
All right, let's move on to our next question then.
Well, our next question comes from our Sharon Dankwa.
I'm Sharon Dankwa, and my question comes from Kayla Christine on the WSMV4 Facebook page. She wants to know, what is the plan to improve public transportation?
Public transportation is a huge issue here in town.
Freddie O'Connell, you get to go first on this one.
Great. This is one of my favorite questions to answer because it's also one of the reasons that I decided to run for mayor. Our family's pathway to home ownership came directly through a usable but not meaningful transit system. We are decades behind, and fortunately we have both a comprehensive transportation plan in hand that offers opportunities to invest in traffic management, so we get technological upgrades that help traffic flow more effectively and frankly more safely. This has benefits to the transit system. It's got state of good repair information in it, and then in motion, our strategic plan for not just local but also regional transit that I helped initiate when I was still in the Nashville MTA Board of Directors. We've got a great 3-year work plan based on that will help us elevate the role of community transit centers like the one we just implemented at Hillsborough High School in Green Hills and the one that's under construction right now on Clarksville Pike in North Nashville. And we hope to join those with one in Southeast Nashville, one in East Nashville. Once we start having crosstown capacity and something that supports our healthcare and hospitality sectors as well as other parts of the economy, we'll be moving toward a frequent transit network on just traditional bus service, but we're also ready to have a bigger conversation about dedicated funding.
Alice, you go next, but then I need to ask a follow-up question on this one, okay? Go ahead.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we have increased our bus capacity. We have built neighborhood transit centers. We need to continue to do that. We've got to be mindful, though, too, that Davidson County taxpayers are paying about $40 subsidizing every single ride that we've got. So we've got to be smart and say, how can we meet that place where ridership is moving and also our tax dollars? And then I do think we've got to approach in a regional way our transit, because if we have congestion at the heart in Davidson County, the heart of our city, we've got to have bypasses, right? Right now, our neighboring counties are growing much faster than Davidson County. That's putting pressure on us, so it's being collaborative, working with our regional neighbors, taking the $750 million that our region has been allocated from the state, getting smart about deploying those dollars and getting people moving.
Okay, I want to ask both of you then. How do you get people excited about actually using this public transportation? You know, we're not these bustling communities. Surely people have asked you about this before. What is your answer to that?
So one of the best things we have going is a program called We Go Ride, and it is where employers or major institutions actually pay the fares in advance. And so you just hop on with an employer ID, a university ID. We just got this off the ground at our 4 major historically black colleges and universities. Our other colleges and universities do it. The state of Tennessee, Metro, Vanderbilt University Medical Center, the largest transit trip generator in the region. It's very easy. When you make it easier to ride, it becomes accessible. But I will say, Tracy, one of the things that is already happened that we saw over the course of this past year, transit is very popular.
So I would also add that at the end of the day, it's a pocketbook issue. Now the downtown core no longer has parking minimums. That means if you think it's hard to park now, it's going to be more expensive to park, and it's going to be harder to get in and out. So what do we need to do to build places to collect cars in a place so that we can last mile start to transfer folks in? So it may not be transit is getting us from Hendersonville to downtown. It may be transit is getting us from closer to the county line to downtown. And how do we start to be smart about collecting cars and then making it make sense? Either also with venues to say you get a discount on admission, discount otherwise, to help increase people's pocketbook reasons for riding the bus.
Thank you for your ideas.
All right, there's still more to get to. People living in Nashville are concerned about crime in their neighborhoods.
They're also worried about how they're going to keep up with affording to live in those neighborhoods. Your candidates for mayor address those issues next.